What are your overall thoughts on the game?
A real tough one. You know, we over the course of this new year, I think we've done a nice job of making some good steps forward. Done some good things, but today was definitely a step back. And first off, you got to give Grand Valley credit. I thought they came in and they outworked us, outcompeted us. I mean, this is a team that just was on the road last week, and they came all the way up here today. And they looked like they were the team that had the fresh legs, the fresh drive, the right ability to go play. And from the get-go, we looked lethargic, and they looked like they were ready to really go at it. They out-physicaled us, but they flat out beat us in every facet of the game tonight. It's the old proverbial back to the drawing board. I think that's the one great thing about the GLIAC is that you get one game, have to have a short memory because you have Friday and then you're right back at it again on Saturday. So you have to have a real short memory of what you're going to do and what you have to do because we got another huge game coming up on Saturday, and we have to be better. That's just all there is to it.
I haven't seen a stats sheet yet, but in this tough loss here, were there any positives you took away from any individual performances?
Well, I thought Chavis Manson had a good offensive game. He ends up going 6 of 7. He ends up with 13 points. There's one positive out of it, but we just did not perform very well. I mean, I don't really know. And I think this happens a little bit. You go through a season, and we knew this was going to be a tough season. So, hopefully, we get ourselves in a situation where we can rebound from this. That's all we can do is be in a scenario where as a team, sometimes you have to learn tough lessons by thoroughly in some ways getting embarrassed. And that, trust me, that happens. I've had plenty of teams that have been down that road. And again, how you respond is generally how you're going to overcome the obstacles. I mean, that's what competition is. So you got to compete tonight. Well, take a step back and take a look at yourself and make sure that the next time that doesn't happen. And that's the goal. That's what we have to get our guys to be able to do.
Are there any specific things in practice that you're going to take away from this game and try to implement in the next practice before your next game?
Yeah, well, that's a tough question. It's one practice. What happened tonight? There was nothing that we haven't worked on in practice for the last 75 days that didn't happen in tonight's game. It's not like they surprised us with something. We didn't box out. We didn't play very good post defense. We took not good enough shots. We didn't run offense correctly. Those are all things you practice every day. So, it's way more about the execution of doing them correctly. And that's what tonight we just did not do well at all.
You have an early start on Saturday at 1 p.m., a little earlier than your team is probably used to. Do you think that's going to affect the play at all?
I hope not. Let's hope we don't make that excuse. It always comes down to that whole proverbial, right? There's excuse makers and responsibility takers. There's two types of people in the world. So you're starting at 1 o'clock. How difficult should that be? My goodness, if you can't get yourself prepared to play a 1 o'clock game, if it's a 7 o'clock in the morning game, you should be prepared to play. So, I certainly hope that we're not going to try to bank on that excuse.
Good.
Great. All right, thanks.